Hello, guys. It's Mrs.Z. Mrs.Z, and this is Exit Ticket, Grade 5, Mission 6, Lesson 12. Let's read it. Write the rule for the line that contains points x0, y is 1.5, and x is 1.5, and y is 3. So usually when I do that, I always put x and y above, so I don't get okay. It's remind my brain that x goes first. A. Identify 2 more points on the line. Draw the line on a grid. So if we look, they already have these 2 points, but they want another 2. So let's see. I can do this. Taking break. Let's make first these points. So this is origin. So the first is 0 and 1, y is 1.5. So go to 1, and in between 1 and 2 is 1.5. So here is 1 and 1/2. So the first point is right there. The first point is right there. Start with origin 0, go y 1, and in between 1 and 2 is half, so 1.5. Next point is x is 1.5, so start with origin. I go 1, and then 1.5. It's right here, 1 and 1/2 x, and I need to go up 3 values, or I can go from origin to the 3 right here. So my point is going to be from the x-axis 3 units. I'm gonna do the little dashes and here as well with my highlighter, so it helps me to figure it out. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger just to okay. So from there I go up till I reach 3. So here's the next point. Now when I have 2 points, I can draw my line, and that is going to be a line. Okay. So if this is line, I can find another point if I want to. If I want to, let's see, if I want it to be that 1 x is 1, then my y would be 2.5. So if I look this, I choose x to be 1. Okay, I choose x to be 1. So then my if I go up in, I can find the point that cross is on a line right there. So my y is going to be right here, and that is in between 2 and 3, and there is half, so it would be a 2.5. 2.5. So if x is 1, the y is 2.5. And I found point B, if this is B. Okay, now if I go to find C, I can pick any values. If I wanted to do C to be 2, or maybe 2.5, I could do let's do that the 2.5 to be x. 2 and 1/2 x. So then I will make dashes all the way to where the matches with the line, and my point is going to be right here. So then I know that my y has to be 4. Okay, it's right there. So that is C. So let's see that these two lines. So now what I like is usually to label those points. Okay, let's do first this. If the x is 1, y is 2.5. So the point is 1, 2.5. So if x is 2.5, then y is 4. So that is 2.5 and 4. Good. So when I have them, I like to put my points on the grid so I can see that this is 0, 1.5. Then this point is 1 and 2.5. This point here is 1.5 and 3. And then point C is 2.5 and 4. So when I do that, it helps me to observe the points and behavior. So for if x is 0, y is 1.5. If x is 1, then y is 1.5 more. Okay, so 1 plus 1.5 makes 2.5. If x is 1.5, and if I add 1.5, I will get 3. So it looks like my rule is having x and add 1.5 to it. Let's see, does it work for C as well? If I have a 2.5 and I add 1 more, that is 3.5. And if I add half more, that would be making a 4. So I found my rule. So that means that if I label this line to be, for example, L line, to find y, you need to have x and you need to add 1.5 to it, and then you will get to y. So our rule is x plus 1.5 for this line. All right. So so this they says here they gave us the rule for the line contains the point. So we find the rule. The rule is y equals x plus 1.5. Okay. And we needed to locate 2 more points. We did those, and that is the line L. Okay, let's see what B they want us to do. For B, they say write a rule for the line that is parallel to BC. So if that is line BC, because they call line BC because they use this point BC, and then if you label that line, you can also label as like this, BC, and then you draw a line with arrow on both sides. That's how you label this line BC, and goes through point 1 and half. 1, x is 1 and y is half. So let's find that point right here first. So x is 1 and y is half. So if x, I start with origin, I go to x, that is 1. Now I need to find y, and y is a half. In between 0 and 1, there is a half. So when you look this, the point that line has to create, new line has to create, it has to go through this point. Let's see, we can label that point as, let's actually create the parallel line first. So we can create parallel line if I take my ruler and I make a parallel to the line BC. I will do this other side, okay, line BC. Okay, now look, my triangle is parallel to BC, and my ruler is perpendicular to BC. So I hold on strongly to my ruler so I can move my triangle up and down. I can make parallel lines up or down or anywhere I wish, but I want to specifically through the point that is. So I'm going to go back, make sure that everything is strong like there, and poof, I got my point, and this is the line that is parallel to BC, and it also goes through the point. X is 1 and y is half. Now I'm gonna extend the lines. Okay, all right. So, and maybe the two arrows that represents the line. I already have one point. Let's see if that is a line S, a point S. So I can find another point, and I will have the pair of the points. I can create a table here as well. So let's see if I want to create a table for my points. I just do x and y, x, y. X is 1, that's my first point, and then y is half. Now I can underline that, and let's see what will give me, what if I have my x to be 2, what is going to be my my y. So if I choose to have 2, so I'm going to go up in my dashes till the meet, and then point is right there. So right here is my new point, and that is, if I go back to y, that is 1.5. So my point is, if x is 2, my y is 1.5. 1 and 1/2. Okay. Now I'm going to make one more, just in case. Then I have my rule figured it out, so I can. Let's see if I have if I have this 3.5. Let's do x to be 3.5. 3.5 right here. 3.5. I can go up here, and I can do my dashes. Okay, and then I can go to, and that is right here. Point, it's right there. So when I look back, then my point is 3. So this one here is 3.5 and 3. And then this one is here. Fx is 2, y is 1 and 1/2. And then if like s, let's s MN, SM. Can put N here. So, and then this is 1 and then 1/2. Now I can observe on a number line on the line one, or I can do and observe a relationship in my table. So that would be a 3. So I look at the relationship between x and y. If I have x, my y is half. So my y's get smaller. If I have 2, my x is 1.5. If my x is 3.5, my y is 3. So I can see for every x, y is half less. So 1/2 of x is y is half. If x is 2, minus 1/2 is y1/2. So I found my rule to get y. To get y, I needed to have x and subtract half from it. So that is, so y is x less for half of x, less for a half, not half. That would be a division if I do that. All right. So minus half. So what is the rule line parallel? We can say y is x minus half, 1/2. I can do just writing half. Y is x minus half. Okay, and then if I want to label this, I can call this line M. And I can also say that y equals x minus half. So I can also label this, if I have 2 points in a line, I can say that is a line MN line. That's another way to see that. So you can label. This is another idea about these lines. When you see a line BC line is parallel to MN line. We can also call this SM line. It doesn't really matter which 2 points you're using. That means BC line is parallel to MN line. All right, that was exit ticket lesson 12, mission 6, grade 5. I'm gonna make it smaller so you can see all. I hope it's all there. There you go. Right. This was Mrs.Z. I hope you like this, and then you can learn something. I hope so. And have a great day, guys.